As the movie opens, very understandably, your characters are basically suffering from PTSD after all they've gone through. Can you talk about how they even try to process being told, you have to go do this again?
I mean, for me, I think my real reaction in real life would be similar to Peeta's, which is shock and disbelief, but also like a helplessness. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. So I think that your reaction is got to be one of hopeless, I don't even know what. Like, it's such a horrible thing to have to relive again. Mm-hmm. It makes you become so numb, I think, to real feelings because it's such a...
Yeah. I think it's kind of a feeling throughout the whole movie. It's just the cruelty of the Capitol just gets to such an unbelievable level in so many different ways. You know, not being able to say goodbye to her family at the reaping. It's just kind of like, when does it stop?
Mm-hmm. Your characters have a very...
Oh.
I'm going to have to find out about that later. Your characters have a very complex relationship between what their real dynamic is and then the fact that they have to portray the star-crossed lovers. I don't know if challenge is the right word, but it's an interesting wrinkle for you as actors to have to play these people who are often acting themselves when the cameras are on them.
It's like a weird double thing. It's like when we're acting as Peeta and Katniss pretending to be like they're in love, like how do you differentiate that from the other side when it's both acting for us?
I did not hear the question. I'm sorry. I've started doing this thing where I really think I'm like looking right at you thinking I'm listening and then you finish and I'm like, what did you say?
It was about, yeah.
What is it like, the challenge of playing characters who are often acting on camera themselves?
Oh, and I say, interesting question. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear that.
It's a good one, too.
It is a good question. I totally wasted my zone out on the wrong question. I think it's easier to understand and easier to be a part of, you know, but it is different. You know, Josh and I love each other, but we are pretending to love each other in a different way, in a romantic way, whereas they are kind of pretending all over the scale. Well, actually, no, they really do, I think, love each other.
Bottom line, it's very complicated.
It's very
Their
complicated.
love life is very complicated.
Very complicated.
Yes.
This movie has some very intense action sequences. Do you talk with Francis a lot about finding that right balance because you want to make it exciting, but at the same time you don't want people to say, yeah, Katniss just killed that guy, given the horrible situation that they're all trapped in together?
I think we made all the fight scenes and everything very realistic, and I think that was something that Francis and all of us wanted to portray because it's a real world that they're living in, and they're having to really commit these acts of violence, and you want it to be as shocking for the audience as it is for the people that are living it, so that the audience is like right there with the characters.
Yeah, because I mean that's part of the theme of the movie is what is going to happen. We were so desensitized to this shock factor, and we're so, you know, in showing that real violence, like it should be sad. It should strike you and hurt you because, you know, it's, yeah, so.